Welcome to the second video for the lesson, It Takes Two, Creating and Interpreting Frequency Distributions. This lesson falls under the larger topic of two-variable categorical data. In the first video for this lesson, we defined categorical data and then took a look at two-way frequency tables, which was one way that we could display that data. We also talked about marginal frequency distributions. In this video, we'll take a look at how we can go from that marginal frequency distribution to a graphical display such as a bar graph, giving us a visual representation of that same data. So this marginal frequency distribution should look familiar because we looked at this in the first video as an example. This is a marginal frequency distribution because we have the totals for each of the columns and each of the rows. From that, we can now create a visual representation. We're going to create a bar graph. The first thing we'll do is take a look at the variables that we are considering within this data. So along the x-axis, we are going to label that with one of the variables, which was color. And then along the y-axis, we will label that as the number of kids. For the colors, there were 4 different options. So we will include those along the x-axis: blue, red, yellow, and green. Then on our y-axis, we'll start at 0, of course, and then the maximum that I'm going to need is 8, but we can fit up through 14, so we'll include all of that there along the y-axis. Now, because there are 2 different categories for each of these colors, boys and girls, we'll need to include a key. So we'll go ahead and identify the girls as orange. That's the color we'll use for them. And then for the boys, we will use purple. So for each bar that corresponds to girls and boys, we will use the respective color. So the first color choice we have is blue, and we had 7 girls whose favorite color was blue. So we can go ahead and draw our bar that starts on the x-axis and goes up to 7. There's our first bar. And then for the boys, there were 2 of them whose favorite color was blue. So we will draw that bar up to 2. The next color option was red. We had 2 girls whose favorite color was red. So I'm going to make an orange bar for girls, and that bar will go up to 2. And then there were 8 boys whose favorite color was red. So we will draw that bar using purple because that's the color we chose to represent boys, and that will go up to 8. For yellow, we've got 4 girls whose favorite color is yellow, so that bar will go up to 4. And then we have 3 boys, so that purple bar will go up to 3 for yellow. The last color choice we had was green, and there were 3 girls whose favorite color was green, so that orange bar will go up to 3. And our last bar will go up to 1, and that is for the boys that liked green, so a purple bar that goes up to 1. And there is our completed bar graph. Thank you so much for watching.